Welcome to the Out Here Podcast, episode 2, and we've already run out of material. That's all, folks. With all seriousness.
We are no nervous podcast. We are not hitting those 1,000 episodes.
You never know.
We say, I get 5 years' time, listen back to this, and it's like, Jesus, it's fantastic.
I mean, I was saying that now, so why do we have to wait that many years?
What, time's past it?
Yeah. I mean, we're sitting here in a church.
Yes, actually.
Doing a podcast. We're two atheists.
We're two atheists. Hardline atheists.
Yes, in a church.
I mean, I outright don't acknowledge God's existence, but I fucking hate him regardless.
I mean, there's a huge cross behind that curtain there.
Might as well be a part.
Absolutely huge. So, you know, I'm going to take a picture of it and put it on the Instagram, just so people can see.
Common people like crosses.
I like the upside down ones. You're an absolute idiot.
Huh?
You're an absolute idiot.
So, right. Video games.
Video games.
Don't know why.
Slash V.
Slash V.
Yeah.
Why are you saying tagging in this post? I can say that.
Okay.
I can say that.
Okay.
We won't dress like. Do you ever just like get this punch of nostalgia? Just slap in the face with nostalgia, just out of nowhere or something. Like a small thing will remind you of a larger thing.
I mean, you and me, a couple of weeks ago, were playing Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped on the tablet with a PlayStation 4 controller.
Might I add, we were in a ditch at the time.
We were in a ditch. One of us was getting...
One of us was sober.
And one of us was under the influence of stuff. Yeah. We had ice cream in the ditch too, which we had no spoon to eat the ice cream, so we just used our beards. We did have an ass eating competition without the ass, which defeats the purpose of an ass eating competition, might I add, but it was
If you get to
eventful.
that hard screw ball at the bottom of the screw ball, you know you've won. And you get that prostate. I don't think that's how it supposed to work.
I don't think that how it works. Have you ever tried to find your prostate?
I can honestly say, hands
Yeah,
up,
honestly say.
I've never tried to find my prostate.
So you never stuck your
I've
finger?
never had a thing with my ass.
See, I was tempted.
I'm not, well, that's a bit of like, you know, you're like in the bathroom, shower, and you're lathered up, like, nearly goes in.
So you have tried to stick your finger?
No, I was just really getting my asshole with this rub.
Oh, okay. That's two different things.
Excuse me?
That is two different things. Cleaning your butthole
You don't clean your butthole while you're having sex?
while I'm having sex. Seems as like a very opportune moment.
Jack, get the bucket out.
I think we're going way off topic.
Go
Like.
back. Video games.
Video games, okay. How do we get from video games to cleaning your arsehole during sex?
When I said the bottom of the screw ball was like prostate. And then you said, you ever find a prostate?
I was.
My man cannot listen. Like,
I'm just not telling anybody I know personally. Because I can feel my. See, I don't really care about my self image because I'm a person who just fucking says anything.
I get that what it is.
Oh, God.
We don't need to add that definition.
No, this is. So,
Video
video
games.
games.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
That's what the 21st century runs on, I feel. Nostalgia.
Yeah, the Crash Bandicoot remake. What do you think of it?
Well, I only played it briefly
Yeah,
on a 130 projector.
it was very strange.
But speaking of platforms,
Yeah.
you know, like you're browsing YouTube, fucking tune comes up in like some edges of the video or whatever. Oh, I remember that tune.
Yeah.
That's what we were rocking.
We were rocking out to that while we were setting up our
Yeah.
mics and shit.
What else? D-Light?
D-Light.
D-Light, what was it?
We're currently trying to get that as our intro song. Someday we can pray.
Someday we'll have D-Light on the podcast.
Donate to our PayPal so we can pay out the rights.
Donate to ahearpodcast@gmail.com so we can buy the rights to D-Light's Grooves in the Heart. So video games.
Video games.
You know what I remember nostalgia to the fuck out.
What's that?
I'm a little bit older than this. I'm a year older.
Yeah, that makes no difference.
But I was raised poor. So I had shit years older than that again.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm 23 years of age, and I had a Mega Drive when I was a kid. Let me put it this way, the Mega Drive came out in 91.
Shit.
Yeah.
When was the PS2? Was that 90?
PS2 was like 2000.
I thought it was 99.
No, PS2 was like 2000, 2001. We do have the internet, I suppose.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm actually gonna check it.
Yeah?
I can't because I have this timer running.
Well, that's very fucking effective to use the phone. Mine will go that.
Yeah.
So you know
We'll just for say 2000 and we'll check after.
Yeah, we'll say 2000. Well, you know what? Alternatively, PS2 could have come out 2000. You know it. We all know
Could
it.
be 2000.
I'm not perfect anyway. Don't get my remember. Super Mario All-Stars.
Is that
That was the one that had 1, the Lost Levels, 3, and Super Mario World 1.
You sent me a thing on Facebook last night. It was like Super Mario 64
I
multiplayer.
modded it so you could like up to 24 players.
24.
Super
Now,
Mario 64.
I only
fucking love Super
I
Mario
only
64.
played the remake on the Wii.
That wasn't the one on the Wii. You did the DS.
Was it the DS? Oh, it was the DS. Sorry, they made a
That's a really good version. I did hear how you had to start out with Yoshi though. You
yeah.
had to play all that Mario.
I wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't enjoy the idea of a 3D Mario.
Really? They're the only ones I like.
It was very strange to me.
Controversial opinion. This is all the video game right there.
Yeah.
I much prefer Super Mario Sunshine and Galaxy and Galaxy 2 to Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 is considered like fucking dog balls of the video game.
Yeah. My favorite Super Mario was Mario Bros. 2 for the Nintendo DS.
Oh, that's it. Oh, is new Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
No? I only played the first new Super Mario. I played new Super Mario Bros. Wii,
Yeah.
which I really liked. I played new Super Mario Bros. 1 on the DS, which I don't remember much of, but this one I enjoyed.
I was never much of a Nintendo guy.
I feel like the ecosystem shit. I feel like it's just complicated for no reason. Like friend codes in the 21st century.
Yeah.
Oh man, no way.
I think
The best experience I had on my Nintendo console was Resident Evil 4 on the Wii. My god, that game is totally different to use the Wii more.
I feel like Nintendo's seen a big money grab on Mario and just went with that.
To
Forgot
be
it.
fair, the Galaxy games are amazing.
Yeah. And Mario Galaxy's pretty good.
Did you hear us? Wasn't there a story now?
Mario Kart's
This is
pretty good too.
substantial. I haven't even researched this for the podcast. Wasn't there a story of that the voice actor from Mario is now fucking unemployed?
I think I've seen that somewhere.
Is he like fucking working in the call center for $5.50 an hour?
Man.
Shout out to all our
How ironic would it be if he was a plumber?
Mario is shit plumber. I haven't seen him fix one fucking toilet.
How here.
Here.
Have you seen here? Have you seen the live action Mario movie?
I have.
Oh.
I've watched most of it.
I had that on VHS. Thing.
On VHS.
That's how old I am.
What was Don Leguizamo? That was the guy who
Was it?
played Luigi. Don Leguizamo. And the other guy, I forget the other guy's name. He's an amazing actor. He's a communist as well, historically known as.
Yeah.
He refused to take his Emmy or not Emmy, like fucking some award or
Yeah.
OBE he refused to take. But supposedly, I remember reading, supposedly during the filming of that film, they were fucking shook 24/7.
I mean, you'd have to be. It was such a just a shit show of a movie.
Right, I mean, jeez, just honestly, who in the right shit? Do you remember the Super Mario Super Show? Ladies and gentlemen, Google the Super Mario Super Show. I remember renting these on VHS. The late 80s, I'd assume. And it's just like animated Mario cartoons.
Yeah?
Yeah. I remember one was about a Yoshi fucking had a kid or something.
Why did Browser steal the princess?
You know, Bowser's kids, it is considered canon that Bowser's kids are Peach's kids.
Shit.
The Super Mario. Now I'm gonna go on. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we might as well address this here now. Massive nerd. What about Christopher over here? Mario Sunshine, I do believe there is a level on Delfino Island.
They all say the cloud levels.
Yeah. I hate them. Oh, they give me so much anxiety with the cloud levels. You know, the 3D ones up in the sky. Oh,
Yeah.
so much anxiety. But there's like you're on this roller coaster thing and shooting water and shit at things and stuff. And Mario game, come on, just that. And one of the Koopa Troops you're fighting is like one of the kids, the Bowser.
What's like a 60-year-old plumber doing fighting dinosaur kids?
Princess Peach, Mama.
Oh shit.
Now unless that child is fucking out of this contest, I'm saying it's canon. It's canon. Bowser stuck his veiny fucking dinosaur dick in Peach.
Shit. Why are people not talking about this?
It's very.
I
This is something people should really know.
can tell you why. Nobody fucking gives a shit.
I think you've just established our relationship in a nutshell there.
Just-
Liam talks shite for about 5 minutes.
I feel like we could make up. I feel like if we rang in the Sun, the newspaper,
We could have told them that.
we
and
could
they
told
wouldn't
them that.
believe it.
and then we can just literally literally orchestrate them to make a news article for our news article of the day.
So what you're saying, Chris? Good segue, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, love to have you back here today.
Today's news article of the day: dinosaur kidnaps and rapes princess, while heroic plumber searches. That's kind.
It really isn't snarling about interspecies dinosaur homo sapien consent.
We're getting into this feminist shit. Anyway, legit. Our news article of the day is.
Of the day. Week, day? Depends on how you're listening to it.
I don't really know.
If you're
to be
binge
honest.
watching these things, binge watching?
Binge watch. Oh! Nobody can see us, Liam. Paranoid fuck.
Well, I have a fucking actual spotlight on me at the moment. An actual honest
I
spotlight.
feel like
Ladies
there's
and gentlemen, we're on a stage.
stage with
And
nobody.
What time is it? Like 10 o'clock at night?
It's 9:30.
Half 9.
Yeah, 9:30.
Of a Saturday night.
We could be out at the club. Instead, we're sitting in a stage in a church with a spotlight on us with nobody watching.
Really cold as
We're
well.
recording us talking to
Talking about fucking dinosaurs, fucking
princesses.
princesses. Fucking. Did you ever play Super? Wasn't there a Peach game on DS? Super Princess Peach.
They milk the shit out of Mario, so I suppose. Yeah.
What was the name of the princess that Luigi always fancied? One brunette.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Daisy.
Daisy.
Was that it?
Daisy.
For some reason, Daisy. I could be wrong. I was never big into Mario. I grew up on PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I trickled that one.
Anyway, let's not get into this. Anyway, our legit news article of the day is Irish mother devastated because son was sent home from school for not wearing the correct footwear. Now, for those of you who are listening from America and stuff,
We wear uniforms in this country. Standardized uniforms.
90% of schools in Ireland are Catholic, so we're required to wear school uniform.
It's a very utilitarian approach to it. I mean, in the nice way, it probably could be argued that, oh, well, the kids are poor, they don't look like shit. You know, but all kids are fucking psychos anyway.
Yeah, but the article just goes into
Sorry, devastated.
devastated.
Did it ruin her day?
It sounds like a ruin her life. How is she going to ever recover from this?
Jesus Christ, look at them fucking Nikes.
I feel like inserting the meme. You know, the old one falls off the bench. Like, I fall and I can't get up. It's like my son.
Don't worry, love, you don't have that much longer to wait anyway.
It goes into the article and says she goes on, and this is a quote from her. My son is traumatized. Do you know what? I got sent home. Now it says this article.
I've been sent home.
The son was now. You need to wear black leather, not necessarily leather, but black dress shoes. Doesn't have to be high heel shoes.
To be fair, I mean, I always wore those slip-ons. Do you remember those slip-ons?
Yeah.
Big man. You know a young fella right out of his fucking leaving cert. You know a young fella's going for a fucking job interview when you see him with them black trousers, black shirt, and
Yeah.
slip-on shoes in school.
I had to be the fancy one with the pointy ones with the heels.
You had to be a fucking
Yeah. But I was just like, if I ever need to kick someone in the balls, pointy shoes one right there. That was my. But those slip-on ones are really thin, and you probably break your foot. I mean, break your foot kicking someone in the balls. Who could have balls of steel? But anyway, so basically, he was wearing black leather runners, Adidas runners, and he was sent home. Now I was sent home, and I was wearing Nike Air Max, bright white, and I was like, yes, I get to go home. This kid's traumatized. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just like, and she's going in at the school, and she says like,
He didn't just do his times tables, and he was doing the tough ones this week. He was
now as I agree, uniform is unnecessary in today's age,
Oh yeah.
but like,
It's another form of fucking, you know.
rules are rules. You don't need to go to a newspaper say your son's traumatized because he got a day off school.
Do you think now? I can guarantee you. I can just guarantee you. I didn't even read the article. Didn't even see any photos. But I guarantee you, it's a photo of an angry mom holding her hand on the kid's shoulder in front of the school. Him holding his.
That's the
Adidas runners.
typical bitchy Irish family in
Yeah.
a newspaper.
Yeah.
But no, there was no pictures of anything.
Or like we can't for down to fix this road.
But
Not no street lights here.
it's like I went through a stage in school where I was like, I really don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
So I just
That's something we're all quite familiar with this.
yeah, but like I was at the stage, it's like I just could not give
Unless
a
you're
shit
like one of
anymore.
those weirdos.
And my mother kept saying, now you know Irish mothers,
Yeah.
very strict about going to school.
Oh,
If you
yes.
don't get up,
Oh, yeah.
they will drag you out of bed. My mother literally came in with a glass of water poured it over me. Get to school.
I would call her a bitch for that.
I did call her a bitch. Sorry,
Get
ma'am.
away with that,
Sorry,
man.
I did not get away. I got an earful and a slap.
Fucking clattering. Like,
I learned my lesson. But
in America, there's a stereotype that white kids talk back to their parents.
yeah,
And this is true. In Ireland, we're just black kids. Essentially, the Irish are black children.
we're basically slaves, which that goes into Irish history. That goes into deep into history. I don't want to get into that.
But
We were slaves to the English for years.
Yeah. Aggression.
But back to the school thing. So my mother forced me
Yeah.
to get up and go to school. I'll say forced, as if like it was a horrible thing to do.
Yeah.
Go get an education. I'm like, no. So what I did is I went into
No wankers like people all day.
I went to school, and I was like, how do I get out of this?
You are watching not even that.
So I was sitting there, and we were in
The game is afoot.
we were in computer class, and the computer teacher has a thing out for me, not a thing for me, because
Oh,
that would have
that'd
been
be
that's
very
totally different.
Was that fucking, I'm not gonna say the teacher's name, but was that fucking your man with the satellite ears?
It's not a man; it was a woman, a very tall woman, kind of.
No.
But she always hated me. Now I don't want to say she hated me, but she always just.
Can I just interject? Shout out to those fit teachers. You were lovely. And our upbringing, much more difficult. In a good way. Continue.
Very frustrating.
Hit me
But
up.
anyway,
Hit me up.
I was just sitting there in computer class, and I'm like, this was a whole 5-second thing. I was like,
Okay.
how do I get out of school? And within the space of thinking that, I just got up, bitch. I just called the teacher a bitch, because she was kind of giving me an earful anyway, and I'm like, how do we get out of this? How do we get out of this, bitch?
You were shitting yourself as well doing that, weren't you?
No, I kind of.
You psyched
She
yourself
pushed
up.
me over the edge where I was like, I don't care.
Let me put you this way, ladies and gentlemen. Chris has an incredible capacity for shit talking. And
Yeah.
to push him over the edge, that's quite an achievement.
And do you know what she does? She kind of had like a little happy face. She goes over to grab the phone. I'm ringing your mother. I'm like,
Go on.
I literally just give her a dead face. Go ahead, she's not going to give a shit.
Oh!
Now this was during. This was kind of
When
during.
was this?
This was. I would have been 5th year.
Oh, I wouldn't have been around at that
Yeah. So I was what 16, 17, and she's. I'm literally like. She says like, I'm gonna ring your mother. I'm like, she doesn't care. And your father. I'm like,
Oh, he definitely doesn't care.
I literally said my father hasn't cared about me since birth. So go ahead. Do you know what? I kind of was like, I should have.
No.
I should have said go ahead, just like because I guarantee she's
So I
like,
can talk to him as well.
it's just Christopher's father.
I think.
Yeah, your son has been very rude and called me a bitch, and the whole classroom can just hear my father's laughing.
She actually called
No,
him
she
father.
didn't. But if she did,
Oh.
it'd literally just be everybody quiet, and then it goes out of the phone.
Legend.
That's what will be happening. Like hashtag legend, son.
Give me that love on Vivo boys.
Put us on loudspeaker, will you? Go on, yeah, that's my son. I'm like, ah, great, Dad. Only time you ever wanted me is when I was being a cunt.
Oh God.
But yeah.
That's fucking legendary.
So then she sent me to my tutor, and I literally said to my tutor, I'm like, yeah, I got sent here. I was being a dick.
Deliberately.
And she was like, go back and apologize.
Did you?
I didn't.
You just left.
I walked back and sat outside the door.
Yeah.
Because you know how the teacher's desk is like kind of near stuff to the door, and there's like a guy outside staring in at her, and I just get her to stare, and she's
Man, this is a whole other side of you.
it was a whole.
Familiar with.
See, I was playing a psychological warfare with her.
Man, you were fucking.
So
You were SEAL Team 6 there with your fucking. Cognitive. What's that shit they did? SEAL Team 6? Supposedly they hire a lot of people to cognitively. Telepathic, like mapping of fucking
yeah,
Saddam's face or whatever. You were fucking doing that with this fucking just out of college teacher.
I remember the next time I went to that class.
Who, might I add, you're probably not that much younger than.
Oh no, she's really old.
Oh, she's now big.
She's about 50s, in her 50s. She's probably in her 60s now. All right. Then. But the next time I went to that class, I was feeling very depressed that day. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do my work.
Yeah, just get through the day. Head
Yeah.
down.
So, and I probably sat beside the worst person to sit beside
Oh God.
on this day. So I sat down. I sat down, right? And I'm just.
Do I know them?
I'm gonna name a name. It was Upway.
Ah, right. Okay.
Crazy little black dude.
Yeah.
Love him in
Legend.
bits because he's
Legend.
he's legend.
Legend.
But
Still tiny. Still tiny. to
he's
this day.
about 5'1".
Fun size.
He's about Kevin Hart size, and he's the
Here.
character.
Here.
He's just like Kevin Hart.
Just-
But yeah, I sat beside him. Oh, what does this guy do? Here, boy, Chris. No, I'm not making some racial joke about him being black. This is exactly how he talks.
Oh no, this is how Upward talks. I can back this up. I went to school with.
Oh, boy, Chris. Oh, I got the USB with the Walking Dead on it. So he has this pirated Walking Dead on a USB. Pops it into his computer beside me. He's watching UFC, or not The Walking Dead. He's watching The Walking Dead on his.
It was probably even the shit Walking Dead as well. It's probably season 2 Walking Dead.
He was wandering around the farm.
Oh, it's season 2.
Is that season 2? And he's just there. Oh, that is great. And I'm like,
Oh, it's great.
And
Did you find
I
the
just
child
turned
in the
off
bar
way.
yet?
Shut up! I'm doing my work. Teacher comes down. Oh, what are you? Movies. Get out to my class. Just me. Just me. My computer's here, and I'm just like, can you not fucking see my work?
I would have to put it in his computer. It's in his computer.
I'm like, there's my work. It's finished.
It's in front of you. You can correct it now.
And literally, she's like, get out. And I'm like, fuck off. I just walked out.
Oh, yeah.
Then I went down. Now this was when I had a different tutor. So this was a little bit off. I was given a new tutor's kind of,
Complicated situation.
yeah. And this tutor was like, go and apologize to her. So I here's what I did.
Okay.
Now this was not in a classroom. She had a different class. She had a whole different. Now this was
crew, different year.
this was the year younger, or I think it was could be the year higher. I can't remember. So I just come into the room and I said, Miss, you kicked me out of the classroom earlier because I was doing my work, and I will admit, I did call you a bitch and I did tell you to fuck off.
saying all this.
You're saying all
And
this.
the tutor said to me, I have to come here and say sorry. So I'm here to say sorry. Although it's not sincere, and I'm only doing it because I was told to. And her face was like that. Everybody else was laughing, so I'm like, I'm unsincerely sorry. Just walked away. What can she do?
Come at me.
Like, she can't force me to say sorry. I'm like, you can't force me to do something that. What's the point in lying to her? I'm like,
I
I'm
do
not
not
sorry.
have near as much fucking interaction with the teachers.
It was great.
I'm
Rage and I just wasn't there to experience that.
Oh, it was absolutely. I loved it. But I got away with it. I got away with a lot of shit.
Margo, you fucking did so.
Yeah.
I got away.
I did get away with Margo.
I didn't go.
Didn't go.
No, the education system.
The education systems are
is very unusual.
It's very
halfway
unusual.
secular,
halfway
Christian values.
Christian values.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very full on.
Well, it's just everything at once.
Everything at
really.
once, really.
Like, I know in like America you kind of have this semester thing, and like
Those concepts of paper.
you're graded.
Those schools are
Like-
Those schools are for profit as well. I think.
Yeah, but you're graded through each semester. So do you know, like, in short term, the Irish education is your first 3 years is your junior cycle. So you basically learn stuff year 1, year 2, and year 3. At the end of year 3, you do an exam on everything that you learned, and then
Your
that
mammy's always like,
Your mammy's always like,
so that goes into your. And that decides where you go into in your senior cycle. Then your senior cycle is 2 years, and then at the end of 2 years, you do an exam on everything you learned in the 2 years. So it's like
it's quite an
quite an
unnecessary
unnecessary
period.
period.
you have to remember 2 years worth of work and do it all in one day. And these exams are like you have 3 exams a day for a
It is.
week.
It is
Quite stressful.
quite stressful.
I would much rather have like every
Well,
semester
Well, really,
stuff.
should just be
Graded on
graded on
behavior
your behavior
and
and
work
your work
for a year.
for a year.
Because they're
they're
thinking about
Yeah.
they're thinking
you're
about
building up to an
you're
exam.
building up to an exam.
Kind of like how college.
Kind of like how
works.
college.
You don't have to fucking do
You don't
anything.
fucking
and
do
go.
anything.
But if
and
you
go.
show up at the
But
exam,
you show up
you
at
do
the
well.
exam,
There
you
you
do
go.
well. Well, there you go.
Let me.
I'd much rather college when I was in college because you kind of
Ever went to college?
first of
college.
first of all you're doing a subject that you choose to do, so you want to do it,
Passion.
and you're graded each year. So like the way college works is, you have like a 4-year degree and stuff. Year 1, 4 is just on these types of subjects. You do an exam on those subjects at the end of the year. Second year, you don't even touch those subjects
You
anymore.
know,
You know,
Go on to
you address
like
new-
you might have maths. Like, so I think computer science year 1 you have mathematics 1, then year 2 you have mathematics 2, different principles, maths. Year 2 you might have physics, and year 1 you don't have physics.
Yeah.
So and then you do an exam.
it's
It's a very very.
It's basically like that.
Speaking on,
So speaking on fucking we can call it over here the junior cycle.
Yeah.
No name, of course.
No names, of course, but
work acquaintance.
work
of
acquaintance of mine
daughter
has a daughter who
just did
her junior cycle.
and
Fair play to her. Got really good results.
but it gave me one of
But
those
it gave me
weird
one of those
pangs
weird
of,
pangs of
God, I'm getting into
God, I'm getting into
middle age now.
middle age now,
Mid-
mid
Yeah.
mid mid twenties,
Not middle age.
not
Jesus,
middle age.
fuck no.
Jesus, fuck no.
If I was
If I was
recording
a podcast,
Jesus.
I
No offense to
no offense to
The things we would say.
the things we would say.
I would love to be able to like clone myself, but not clone myself right now. Try and get a clone of my rebellious self from that time in school.
Just let him go off on Mr. Meeseeks.
I really want to talk to him and just be like, "You fucking bitch."
Question, Chris.
Chris.
Fucking
Yeah.
serious.
Fucking
question.
serious question.
Okay.
You masturbate?
You masturbate?
I'm a man.
Huh?
Huh?
I'm a man.
I masturbate too.
I masturbate too.
Okay.
If you did clone
If you
yourself,
did clone yourself,
would
Yeah.
you let your
would
clone
you let your
masturbate?
clone masturbate?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily fuck the clone,
But would you?
but would you let
the
the clone
Because
give
it's
you a
your
hand?
hand.
Because it's your hand.
But you can.
But
you just.
you can.
You just don't have to do
You
anything.
just don't have to do anything.
It's okay if they want
It's
to.
okay if they want to, but then that is very telling
of your inner
of
desire.
your inner desire. trials.
I mean, like life, I say I haven't tried that.
We've all tried.
We've all tried.
But it's really hard to clone yourself, so.
Don't worry, we've all
Don't
failed.
worry, we've all failed.
This is a
Don't
safe
say
This is a
Evolve,
safe
though.
space.
This-
No,
Alright, I do not like that
I
concept.
do not like that
but
concept.
This is a safe
But this is a safe space.
Guys,
Yeah.
Guys,
we've all tried it.
we've all tried it.
I remember once I was on Omegle when I was a teenager. You know, that's what we do.
We could
And
have
one-
so many stories
So
about
many
Omegle.
stories about Omegle.
One guy's like, "Want to watch me suck my own dick?"
Hell
I'm like,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
"Yeah, I is female. Let me watch." I was like, "Wow, this is strange." I'm like,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And
did he finish?
Did he finish?
I just watched it for like 5-10 seconds. Like, "What? This is cool." Then I put the camera on my face. I'm like, "Good job, man." He went on.
Amazing dick.
Amazing dick.
Amazing dick.
Amazing dick.
It was just something
7
like,
out of 10.
7 out of
people
10.
can do that.
You hear the stories about
You hear
people
the stories about
that
people that get like certain ribs
removed
removed
so
so they can bend over
Yeah,
better.
is that a myth?
No,
No,
full on
that's
assault
full
fella
on
one
assault
time
fella
on
one time
Channel
on
4
Channel
at like
4
2
at
o'clock
like
in the
2 o'clock
morning,
in the morning,
sucking his own
sucking
dick.
his own dick.
I didn't get to see it.
I didn't get to see it,
unfortunately.
unfortunately.
I do hear the myth that Marilyn Manson done that, which I think is not actually
I
true.
just think
I just
fucking
think
attention
attention
seeking.
seeking spastic.
It's a persona.
Well, yeah, but I
Well,
just
yeah,
I
but
don't
I don't like
shock rock to me.
Shock rock
is
to me is like the
antithesis
antithesis
to like metal.
His
to like
music's
metal.
great.
Oh yeah, it's very.
I
good.
really
it's
love
very
his
good.
music.
Oh, it's very, very good.
But if you ever watch an interview with him, he's a very sophisticated man.
Would you?
He's an
would
artist.
Would
take
you
a hand job
take a hand job
while
yourself
Marilyn
while
Manson
Marilyn
watches?
Manson watches?
Oh, he has a strange face. He has a really long face.
With
Without
makeup?
makeup.
With makeup, without makeup.
Oh,
I have a
Jesus.
theory
I
that
have a
Marilyn
theory that
Manson
Marilyn
is
Manson
secretly
is
the
secretly
half
the
brother.
half brother.
What's that guy's name?
What's that guy's name from?
Jack White.
Jack White.
They look
Jack
alike.
White.
They
Don't
look
they?
alike,
That
don't they?
weird
They had that
old,
weird
like,
old like
middle-aged fat face
middle-aged
thing
fat
going on.
face thing going on.
I can kind of see
I
it.
mean, Jack White looks like he
Jack White
still
looks like he
hasn't lost
still
his baby.
hasn't lost his baby fat.
I'm a baby.
Jack
I'm a
White.
baby, he makes records.
Jack White's a character. So
Bet you
yeah,
Jack White votes
Jack White
Libertarian.
votes libertarian.
Just to put the head on.
Just to put the head on.
I mean, he's a country boy.
We won't get into that.
We won't get into that.
So yeah, I think we've reached
Oh,
the end
shit,
of.
that was quick.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even have
Like,
any
we didn't
special
even have
segments.
any
We just
special
kept
segments.
like,
We just kept like.
I mean, we had no material, so I feel.
really
just-
bad. Fair play,
well,
though.
fair play.
You know,
Those,
the school stories really,
really,
they're really good. They're very
good. They're very
funny.
funny.
Yeah, I kind of want to not apologize again. Just have to get out there.
Fuck you, bitch. All right,
Fuck you, bitch.
all right. There's a few
there's a
ending
few
messages
ending messages
from Chris.
from Chris.
Fuck you, bitch.
Fuck you, bitch.
And to any other teachers
Any
who
other
may know
teachers
me,
may know me.
hit me up.
Hit me up.
That's so telling of our
So telling of our
One's fucking
One's
desperate,
fucking
the other one
desperate,
hates
the other
everyone.
one hates everyone.
So be sure to follow us on
Follow
Instagram
us on
at
Instagram at
here.
Well, we
Here.
haven't managed yet,
by
have
the
we?
time
So
this
by the
out,
time this
we will
comes
have
out,
an
we will
Instagram
have an
here.
Instagram
Just look for our
here. Just
faces.
look for our faces.
Or Paddy.
For Paddy.
Yeah, we'll leave it in the description somewhere
If
on the
you'd like to
screen.
donate
or-
for whatever
donate
reason.
for whatever reason.
God, whatever possesses
Whatever
you that you want to
possesses
give
you that
Mike,
you want to give
these
Mike.
two fucking
These two
invalids,
fucking invalids.
be sure to send that to
send that to
ahherepodcast@gmail.com.
ahherepodcast@gmail.com.
on PayPal. Yeah, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.